Welcome to Stay Wavy TV. Enjoy and ride the wave. Welcome to Stay Wavy TV.
Keyshawn Davis is making the same exact mistake that Brian Norman Jr. made when he chose to face Devin Haney next, okay? Keyshawn Davis is 26 years old. He only has 15 professional fights, okay? Now, let me start off by being positive. I like Keyshawn Davis, right? I think he's a great boxer. I think he's very skilled. I think he has good footwork. And I think he has power, right? He's stopping dudes. He's not just beating dudes. He's stopping them. He just stopped Jermaine Ortiz when Teofimo Lopez could not do that, right? Lomachenko did not stop Jermaine Ortiz. So we got to give credit when it's due. But Keyshawn Davis, who's a very confident person, I seen his interview with Cam and Mace. It was a great interview. I liked the interview. I liked everything he said in the interview. Keyshawn Davis, to me, is a guy that he really does believe he's the best. And he wants to prove to everybody that he's the best. And you have to respect that. And he has a boxing style that grows the sport of boxing. Like if a casual boxing fan was to watch a Keyshawn Davis fight, that would make them want to watch boxing more, because he's not one of these guys that's just gonna, box you for 10 or 12 rounds. He's doing everything in his power to knock your ass out, okay? You gotta respect that, bro. I love that, right? But Keyshawn Davis, you're not ready for Devin Haney. You haven't been through the adversity of a Devin Haney, okay? Jermaine Ortiz is the best person on your resume on a professional level. And Jermaine Ortiz is not an elite boxer, right? Jermaine Ortiz has always been a mid-tier boxer. And at this point in his career, Jermaine Ortiz is a gatekeeper now, right? I actually picked Keyshawn Davis to beat Jermaine Ortiz going into this fight. I couldn't believe that people actually thought Jermaine Ortiz was going to beat Keyshawn Davis. I knew Keyshawn was going to win, right? But Brian Norman Jr., who is a year younger than Keyshawn Davis, he had 30 professional fights before he fought Devin Haney, okay? He had wars. He had a tough fight with Boca Chica where he was dropped. That fight ended in a no contest. He had a good performance against Quentin Randall. He had a war with Giovanni Santillan where he knocked out Santillan in the 10th round, knocked out Derek Cuevas in the 3rd round, and then he went over to Japan, right? A whole different country on the other side of the world from America, and he knocked out Jin Sasaki. He literally won an award for the knockout of the year last year. Brian Norman Jr. was more seasoned and prepared than Keyshawn Davis was when he fought Devin Haney, okay? Now, I do agree when people say that Keyshawn Davis has more skills than Brian Norman Jr. I agree with that. I believe that he has better footwork than Brian Norman Jr. I think he's just an overall more skilled boxer than Brian Norman Jr. But when you're going up against a guy like Devin Haney, the thing that matters the most is experience. If you don't have the experience of fighting an elite boxer at that top level, you're not going to win, okay? Devin Haney fought Lomachenko when he was 24 years old. Devin Haney fought Gamboa when he was in his early 20s. That's the man that rocked Terrence Bud Crawford, okay? He fought Jorge Linares where he got rocked towards the end of the round, but he dominated Linares. Devin Haney cooked Linares every round. Besides that round where he got rocked a little bit, he dominated. Devin Haney went to Australia and beat the undefeated George Kambosos, who gave Teofimo Lopez his first loss. So to everybody that's giving all of this credit to Shakur Tupac Stevenson for beating Teofimo Lopez already lost, bruh. Like, y'all act like the George Kambosos thing didn't happen just because George Kambosos lost basically all of his fights after Teo. It doesn't matter. George Kambosos did something that Shakur didn't do. George Kambosos dropped Teofimo Lopez. So you have to give credit to Devin Haney for going to a whole different country, going to his territory, and cooking George Kambosos for 24 rounds straight in 2 back-to-back fights. You have to give him credit for that, okay? Devin Haney moved up to 140, dropped Regis Prograis, who was the champ at 140, and absolutely dominated him. And then we have the Ryan Garcia fight, right? Look at all of these names that I'm dropping on Devin Haney's resume. You're not going to find these names on Keyshawn Davis's 15 pro fight boxing record, bro. Like I said, your best record, your best win is against Jermaine Ortiz, who already had multiple losses before you fought him. You don't have the experience to be prepared for a boxer like Devin the Dream Haney. That's a fact, okay? So we have the Ryan Garcia fight. Devin Haney allowed Ryan Garcia to come in overweight. He accepted extra money. Ryan Garcia was also on Osterine. He beat the shit out of Devin Haney. Let's just call it what it is. Devin Haney got dominated, right? He lost, right? Then the fight was overturned to a no contest. After that Ryan Garcia fight, we didn't know if Devin Haney was ever going to be the same fighter. And this is why guys like Keyshawn Davis and Richardson Hitchens and Brian Norman Jr., this is why these guys continue to call out Devin Haney. Because what they saw from that Ryan Garcia fight and the fact that Devin Haney filed a lawsuit after the loss, all of these guys, in their mind, they think that Devin Haney is soft. And they don't realize how delusional they are until they step in the ring with this man. And they realize, oh shit, Devin Haney doesn't have pillow fists. He actually punches pretty hard. Oh shit, Devin Haney has pretty damn good defense. I can't just come in and drop him with a left hook like Queen Ryan Garcia did. Oh shit, Devin Haney, every time I try to get comfortable, he keeps grabbing me to throw my rhythm off. All of those things come with experience, bro. All of these things come from experience. You guys got to remember, bro. Devin Haney undisputed 135. Something that Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis and Teofimo Lopez did not do. Okay? He undisputed 135. So, after the Ryan Garcia fight, he has the Jose Ramirez performance where he was moving around a lot, right? Doing the same thing Shakur did against Edwin De Los Santos, barely throwing any punches, right? And that's what made people think Devin was just never going to be the same. And then you have the Brian Norman Jr. fight where Brian Norman Jr. was actually the favorite on the betting odds going into this fight. And everybody thought Brian Norman Jr. was going to knock out Devin Haney because he was coming off of the knockout of the year against Jen Sasaki. And I told y'all, I said the same thing Devin Haney did to Regis Prograis, he's going to do it to Brian Norman Jr. Everybody said, oh, why are you comparing Regis Prograis to Brian Norman Jr.? Well, what happened in the fight? Devin Haney rocks Brian Norman Jr. with a left hook, drops him with a right hand, right? Follows the left hook with a 1-2, drops him with the right hand, broke Brian Norman Jr.'s nose, and beats him by unanimous decision. Brian Norman Jr. probably only won 3 or 4 rounds in that fight. He got dominated. And the same thing is going to happen to Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn, the businessman Davis, bro. I'm telling you, I don't know why your team is not telling you this, bro. I see you doing the videos of, you acting like you Craig because they call Devin Haney Debo. You saying that you're Craig and you going to throw the brick hands and knock out Devin Haney. Bro, I love how confident you are. You should feel like that. But I'm telling you, Keyshawn Davis, stay your ass at 140, bruh. You only had one fight at 140. You look the best that you've ever looked. There's plenty of fish in the sea that is on your experience level, bro. You could fight a Richardson Hitchens who's a champ at 140. You could fight a Gary Antoine Russell who's a champ at 140. You could fight a Isaac Pitbull Cruz who's a champ at 140. But I'm telling you, bro, if you fight Devin Haney next, you are going to leave a permanent stain on your boxing record, bruh. He's going to make you look average. If you come in there being too reckless, you're going to get put on your ass. And you are going to get beat by unanimous decision, bro. And I don't know if a fighter like yourself is going to be able to bounce back from that. I don't. And there's no need to put that first loss on your boxing record when you're only 26 years old, bro. You don't even have 20 professional boxing fights, brother. You don't. You don't even have 20 professional boxing fights, bro. You literally just turned pro in 2021. There is no need to rush and to try to get this big, because I don't know, like, I don't think you want to fight Devin Haney for money. I think you want to fight Devin Haney because you really want to prove that you're the best. But I'm telling you, bro, if your next fight is against Devin Haney, you are going to lose, you are going to get outclassed, and you are going to realize that there's levels to this shit, bro. You don't have the experience. You don't have the names on your resume. And I kept saying this leading up to the Brian Norman Jr. fight. Shout out to my nigga Unbiased Brim. I kept telling him this, and he kept saying to me, resumes don't win fights. Resumes don't win fights. And then when we seen the skill gap between Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr., y'all started to realize resumes matter, bro. Experience matters. Being in the ring with high-level competition matters. Keyshawn Davis, you've never been in the ring with a fighter on the level of a Vasily Lomachenko. You've never been in the ring with a fighter on the level of even a Ryan Garcia. Like I said, bruh, like your biggest names on your resume is Jermaine Ortiz, Jose Pedraza, right? Shout out to Jose Pedraza. And Nair Albright. That fight ended in no contest. You're not ready, bruh. You're not ready. So if this fight does happen next, I look forward to it. I do think it's going to be an entertaining fight. I think the build up to the fight would be dope because you know Keyshawn is going to talk shit. You know Dev is going to do what he usually do. Bill's going to promote the fight. But I just wish that Keyshawn Davis's team would stop him from making this mistake. Keyshawn Davis, if your manager, if your team allows you to fight Devin Haney next, bruh, they don't care about you, bruh. They don't love you. They don't care about you. They just want to make money off of you. And with that being said, man, it's your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, hype the video. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. It's your boy Wavy. I'm out.
Welcome to Stay Wavy TV. Enjoy and ride the wave.